Now we're going to switch gears a bit. We're going to talk a little bit about the Nycos Launchpad, and we're going to talk about how you merge the concept of chainstorming with the domino wall. To give quick context, a chainstorm is the process by which you come up with ideas in a rapid fashion and then link them together to create chains so that you get an idea of timing and sequencing of the things you want to accomplish within your chainstorm. The domino wall is the principle that the items that you come up with, once you've determined a chronological time, that you build out this wall as different things that are going to happen at different times, but then you begin to put pressure on each one of them a little at a time so that they all start to lean towards the successive completion of them, so that the pressure of each one will cause the others to be more likely. And this, we're going to talk about how you do this. And the first thing you're going to want to do is keep your chainstorms singular in nature. Pick out one subject you're going to resolve by it. Don't try to think of fixing the world all at once, but instead choose a specific issue, and then you use the chainstorm mechanism to try to decide how to go from where you are now to the completion of that objective. And each piece of chain gets linked to the like ideas. Then the chronology is determined as far as first, second, third, fourth, and then you overlay the different pieces of the chain in ways that make sense for you. Maybe they are absolutely linear and they go 1 through 10. Perhaps they're merged together. Maybe 2 or 3 of one are ahead of the other, and so on. And the idea here is that by having a singular issue, you're able to isolate and focus, which makes your chainstorm more direct and more complete. Second thing is to keep to that topic. Yes, every subject that you name could have 50 interpretations. Just realize that when you chose your topic, you were picking a specific focus, and then stay on that focus as you move through the chainstorm. The next is chainstorms can be time consuming, and so set for yourself a limit. If you're going to chainstorm for an hour, then only do so for 60 minutes, and then you conclude with your chainstorm with what pieces you have at that point. Perhaps it's not complete, perhaps you've got more to add to it, or it didn't reach the final objective. Great, just set another point of time to do the chainstorm. But don't feel that you have to complete an entire process alpha to Z in the same day or the same hour. The next thing is to prioritize the chain pieces in a chronological order. So once you do have them laid out, you know this one has to happen before that one, has to happen before that one. But you then can nest them as appropriate. In certain cases, you might be working on 2 or 3 of them at the same time. In other cases, you might have them all spread out. The idea is to prioritize them by time, because then you can actually choose which one you're going to do first, second, third. And that helps to prioritize the mind. The next thing is you want to clarify and quantify each step as you go. So your chainstorm can be broad, but it needs to be concise as well. So you're going to just determine unique steps, unique items to put into that list so that you can judge which one has a higher priority when it comes down to that. Once you've done that, once we've completed the chainstorm, next part is to build the domino wall. And fundamentally, if you've ever played with dominoes, you know what I'm talking about, where you stand them on end close enough together that they're going to topple each other in a sequence. Well, your chronology of your chainstorm, which is out there ephemeral in the air, now becomes something you can see linearly from beginning to end, and then you stack them so that they are in an order that will complement one another. When you do this, then you want to commit to working a little bit on each step each day, because once you have this nice logical domino course, then certainly things that need to happen first are going to be higher priority at the beginning, but as you build out and you work on each one of them a little bit, they all start to lean a little bit until such time as that one of them reaches terminal break point, and then its action is going to cause the next step to be higher priority and also more likely to be concluded. And this process of dominoes allows you to set up a plan so that you are now ready to prepare to act on the entire process when the dominoes begin to fall, because you'll be able to see which ones are delayed and which ones are already enacted, and by working on them a little bit each day, you're already aware of what's going to be needed for them to be completed. The point here is that the success becomes inevitable when you've thought through your Chainstorm, you've built a nice linear course, and then you follow that course to its completion by focusing on the chain all to pieces at the same time a little bit each day.